Sri Sai Ram. In the previous session, we have discussed about continuity of the function, how to find points of discontinuity, and if a function is continuous at a given point, how to find out the unknowns. We continue to solve some problems in order to strengthen our understanding about continuity. Before we commence the problems, let us once again recollect how to apply what we learned in solving problems. How do you prove a particular function is continuous at a given point? We define continuity saying that a function is said to be continuous if it exists at a given point. Second, it should be equal to value of the function. When do you say a function is existing at a given point? If the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. If the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit of the function, we say limit exists, and that limit should be equal to value of the function. So basically two conditions. So let us apply them in solving problems. The next problem, he says, discuss the continuity of the function f, where f is defined as this is our problem. He says discuss the continuity of the function f where f is defined. Now, let us discuss each interval. In the first interval, when x is less than or equal to -1, fx is -2. -2 is a constant function, and we know that the constant functions are always continuous in a given interval. Look at the second one, fx is 2x if it is between -1 and 1, is also continuous. Why? Because it is a polynomial function. Come to the third one is again 2, which is a constant function. So in the given intervals they are already continuous. If you plot these points -2, -1, 1 and etc. on the number line, it divides the number line into 3 parts. And in those respective intervals, these functions are continuous. The only possibility that the function may not be continuous is when the intervals are changing. So where does the intervals are changing? Intervals are changing at -1 and they are also changing at 1. So we will just check whether at these points function is continuous or not. So let us begin with testing the continuity at x equal to -1. How do we do it? We first find out left hand limit. How do you find left hand limit? Limit x tending to -1 minus h f of x. And what is the function? If it is less than -1, the function is -2. Limit x tending to -1 minus h -2. And we know it is a constant function, irrespective of what is the limit, it is going to be the same. So it is just -2. This is left hand limit. Let us move to the right hand limit at the same point. Limit x tending to -1 plus h fx. If the limits are greater than -1, the function changes. And the function is 2x. Now proceed to the limits in order to evaluate. We say limit h tending to 0, x is substituted by this value 2 into minus 1 plus h, and now proceed to the limits, you get the answer minus 2. So, we find that the left hand limit is minus 2, right hand limit is also minus 2. So, limit exists, and find out the value of the function. What do you mean by value of the function? At minus 1, what is f of x? Means what is f of minus 1? At minus 1, it is minus 2. Since limit x tending to minus 1 f of x is equal to f of minus 1. So, x equal to minus 1 is a point of continuity. Means what? At x equal to minus 1, the given function is continuous. Where else the function is changing? It is also changing at 1. Less than 1, it is 2x, greater than or equal to 1, it is 2. So, let us check at x equal to 1. Left hand limit. F of x when it is less than 1, it is 2x. Proceed to the limits, the answer is 2, and right hand limit function, if it is greater than 1, the function is 2. So, since it is a constant, it will remain same. So, also find out what is f of 1. When x is 1, function is 2. So, it is 2. Once again, we find that the left hand limit is 2, right hand limit is 2, value of the function is also 2. We conclude that the function is continuous at 1. So, f is continuous at x equal to 1. In the given interval less than minus 1, it is continuous, at minus 1 it is continuous, between minus 1 and 1 it is continuous, at 1 also it is continuous, beyond 1 it is continuous. So, there is no point of discontinuity of this given function. That is the conclusion. So, and this is how we solve the problems. Function may change, intervals may change, but the procedure remains same. We are going to apply the same procedure for solving the problems. Let us move to the next problem. The next problem says, for what value of lambda f(x), which is defined as lambda into x square minus 2x when x is less than or equal to 0, 4x plus 1 if x is greater than 0, is continuous at x equal to 0. And then further he says, what about continuity at x equal to 1? So once again, we will solve this problem. You can see that the given function as such is continuous. Why? It is a polynomial function. All polynomial functions are continuous. Look at the second one, is also a polynomial function. So as such they are continuous. We only need to check at 0. This problem has got two parts. He said find out the value of lambda at x equal to 0. So let us first find out at x equal to 0. He has already given it is continuous. Okay. For what value of lambda this is continuous, he says. So find out at x equal to 0, left hand limit x tending to 0 minus h f of x, limit x tending to 0 minus h. If it is less than 0, the function is lambda into x square minus 2x. Substitute this 0 minus h in place of x. This will be limit h tending to 0, lambda remains as it is, 0 minus h whole square minus 2 into 0 minus h. Proceed to the limits. If you proceed to the limits, what you will get? H became 0, so this becomes 0, this becomes 0, so it is nothing but equal to 0. Come to right hand limit. If it is more than 0, the function is 4x plus 1. So we say limit x tending to 0 plus h 4x plus 1 and proceed. Limit x not x h tending to 0. Wherever x is there, write 0 plus h. So it is 4 into 0 plus h plus 1 and then proceed to the limits. When you proceed to the limits, h tending to 0, this whole thing becomes 0, the answer is 1. In the left hand limit was 0, the right hand limit is 1, both are not equal. What do you mean by saying they are not equal? It only means that the function is not continuous. Why? Because left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. There is no value of lambda which can make it continuous. So for at any value of lambda, the function is not continuous. Come to the second part of the problem. For what about the continuity at x equal to 1? Let us find out at x equal to 1. This was at x equal to 0. Now find out at x equal to 1. What is the function if it is less than 1? He has given greater than 0. Greater than 0, this is the function. So 1 is greater than that, so it is 4x plus 1. If h is tending to 0, it becomes 5. More than 1 is also same function. And what is value of the function at x equal to 1 is also same. F of 1 is 4 into 1 plus 1 equal to 5. So, for any value of lambda, f is continuous at x equal to 1. This is the conclusion. In fact, you don't even need to do the second part. Why? Because the function is 4x plus 1 greater than 0, whether it is 1 or 2 or 3, for all values it is continuous. Why? Because it is a polynomial function. Since he has asked, so we have solved it. Irrespective of what is lambda, the given function is continuous because lambda is not affecting when x is greater than 0. Irrespective of any value, the function is continuous. We will move to the next problem. The problem says find all points of discontinuity of f where fx is defined as sin x by x if x is less than 0 and it is defined as x plus 1 if x is greater than or equal to 0. Look at the function sin x by x. Sin x as such is a sine function and we know sine functions are all continuous. Denominator is x, is a polynomial function, is also continuous. So, sin x by x is as such is a rational function in which numerator and denominator both are continuous. So, as a result we know that sin x by x is going to be continuous only. What about x plus 1? Very simple, it is a polynomial function, so it is continuous. So, in the given intervals sin x by x less than 0 is always continuous, greater than 0 or equal to 0 x plus 1 is also continuous. If at all there is going to be any point of discontinuity, it is only 0. So, let us check at x equal to 0. Proceed to the limits. Sin 0 minus h, 0 minus h is minus h. Sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So, it is minus sin h by 0 minus h is minus, these two will get cancelled. Recollect the limit formula, limit x tending to 0, sin x by x is equal to 1. Instead of that, limit h tending to 0, sin h by h will become 1. This is the value of left hand limit. Now, find out right hand limit. If it is greater than 0, the function changes to polynomial function x plus 1. Proceed. In place of x, write 0 plus h plus 1 and proceed to the limits. When you proceed to the limits, you get the answer 1. So, what do we find? We find left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. Since both the limits are equal, limit exists. You have to check the value of the function. You have to check what is f of 0. What is f of 0? When it is 0, it is x plus 1. So, it is 0 plus 1 equal to 1. So, x equal to 0 is a point of continuity. What was our question? He said find all points of discontinuity. There was only one chance for it to be discontinuous where the interval is changing. That point is also continuous. So, in conclusion, we can say there is no point of discontinuity. Why it is so? Because limit x tending to 0 f of x is equal to f of 0 equal to 1. Limit of the function is equal to value of the function. So, the function is continuous at x equal to 0. There is no point of discontinuity. Let us move to the next problem. Find k so that this is the third kind of problem which is asked in continuity. As we were discussing, the first kind of questions are direct. What do you mean by direct? It means that he will give you a function and he will ask you to check whether the function is continuous at a given point. That is first kind of question. Second kind of question was like last one, find the points of discontinuity. Now, we are moving on to the third kind of problem where he says find k, find a, find b, some unknown. Okay? So, he says find k so that the function is continuous at x equal to pi by 2. What is the function? Fx is equal to k cos x upon pi minus 2x and it is 3. If x is not equal to pi by 2 and if x is equal to pi by 2. He says find k so that the function is continuous, means he himself has given it is continuous. If it is continuous, he says fine. What do you mean by saying continuous? It means that the limit exists. What does it mean? The left hand limit is equal to right hand limit and it is equal to value of the function. So, you can find anything first, you can find limit first, you can find value first, that is up to you. So, let us for a change let us find out value of the function. What is f of pi by 2? When it is equal to pi by 2, it is 3. So, this is called value of the function. Now, let us find out left hand limit. What is left hand limit? Limit x tending to pi by 2 minus h f of x. Whether it is less than pi by 2, whether it is more than pi by 2, the function is same. Why? Because he has given that x is not equal to pi by 2. Other than pi by 2, whatever be the value of the function, this is its value. So, fx is equal to limit x tending to pi by 2 minus h fx, substitute k cos x upon pi minus 2x. Proceed. Proceed basically means that in place of x substitute this. So, it is limit h tends to 0, k cos, in place of x you write pi by 2 minus h upon pi minus 2 into pi by 2 minus h. Simplify. What is cos 90 minus theta? Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So, this will become limit h tends to 0, k sin h upon, simplify this, 2 and 2 can be cancelled, pi and pi will get cancelled and you will get 2h. So, this can be written as this k by 2, remember it is a constant, can be written outside, and we can say it is equal to k by 2 limit h tending to 0 sin h by h. Just like the previous problem, we know that limit h tending to 0 sin h by h is equal to 1. So, its value is k by 2. He has given that it is already continuous. So, even if you find right hand side, right hand limit, it is going to be k by 2 only. And since it is continuous, this limit is equal to value of the function, as the function is continuous at x equal to pi by 2 according to the formula limit x tending to pi by 2 fx is equal to f of pi by 2. We got this as k by 2 and that is 3. So, k by 2 equal to 3, k is equal to 6, this is the answer. So, this is how we find the unknown. Okay? We will wind up the discussion about continuity and problems on continuity with one last problem. Let us take up this last problem. In the previous problem, we have found out one unknown, and in this problem, we have got two unknowns. He says, find the values of A and B. Such that the function, what is the function? Fx equal to 5 ax plus b and then 21. The first one is when x is less than or equal to 2. Second is when it is between 2 and 10. And third one is greater than or equal to 10. This is the function, he says, is continuous. What does it mean? This function is continuous at every point. At any point it is continuous. Less than 2, fx becomes 5, it is a constant function, so continuous. Between 2 and 10, it becomes an polynomial function, so it is continuous. Greater than 10 is again a constant function, so it is again continuous. It is a continuous function. He is asking us to find out A and B. In order to find out A and B, we write that it is continuous where the intervals are changing. Intervals are changing at 2, intervals are changing at 10. So, as the function is continuous throughout So it is also continuous at x equal to 2 and x equal to 10. So write first at x equal to 2. What do you say? How do you conclude that it is continuous at x equal to 2? The left hand limit will be equal to right hand limit. So find out left hand limit, limit x tending to 2 minus h f x. If it is less than 2, the function is 5. So its value will remain 5. Because it is a constant function, it does not depend upon anything else, it is going to be. Now find out right hand limit. When it is more than 2, the function is ax plus b. Proceed to the limits. In place of x, write 2 plus h plus b, and proceed to the limits h tending to 0. You will be left with 2a plus b. Left hand limit is 5, right hand limit is 2a plus b, and he said it is continuous, so both are equal. So one equation we get saying that 2a plus b equal to 5. In the same manner at x equal to 10, f x, if it is less than 10, the function is again ax plus b. Simplify. How do we simplify? We say limit h tending to 0. In place of a, we will write 10 minus h plus b, and then proceed to the limits. So what is that you are going to get? You are going to get 10a plus b. Also find out right hand limit. And it is a constant function. So irrespective of what is the limit, the value is 21, so it is going to be 21. It is continuous at x equal to 10. So left hand limit is equal to right hand limit. We get one more equation now, and that equation is 10a plus b equal to 21. Solve these two equations, simply subtract. You get minus 8a equal to minus 16, a equal to 2, substitute a equal to 2 in that, you get b equal to 1. So these are the answers. So what is the answer? A is equal to 2, b is equal to 1. So the problems on continuity and are very, very simple. Same technique you have to use in every problem, and very comfortably you will be able to solve the problems. There are many problems which he himself has solved in the textbook. Please solve them. Rest of the problems which we have not attempted, please solve them as your assignment before we move on to differentiability. So with that, we come to a close of continuity, which happens to be the first subtopic in this particular chapter. Sai Ram.